Welcome to Heavenly Creations. Today I'm going to be showing you a quick and delicious recipe for homemade buttercream frosting. This is going to be vanilla buttercream, and I use just regular vanilla extract, pure cane sugar, powdered sugar, and you need unsalted butter. Doesn't really matter what brand. The more expensive the brand, technically the more smooth your buttercream will be, but I've found that different brands work fine. But just make sure that it's unsalted, not salted. You don't want salt in your butter. So I will get these melted down a bit in the microwave. You want them to be soft, and these have been in the refrigerator so they're hard. You don't want them to be liquid melted, but you want them to be softened. So I'll soften these and then I'll show you what you do from there. First off, once you have your butter melted, you want to beat it until it's kind of smooth, so it's not just chunky. So we're going to on low beat our butter until we've got it smooth. Trying to get any of those big chunks of unsoftened butter kind of softened up. And as you can see, it gets softened up. So once we've done that for a few seconds, and depending on how long you've heated up your butter will depend on how long you actually have to beat it to get it soft. And we're doing a double batch. A single batch calls for 1 stick of butter and 3.5 cups of powdered sugar. I'm doing a double batch, so 2 sticks of butter, which is 7 cups of powdered sugar. And 2 batches will easily do 24 cupcakes. So there's 4. Ooh. So we measure out our, and there's a lot of powdered sugar. You're also going to want just a little bit of milk. And the milk will help it actually form into frosting. And by a little bit, I just mean a couple of dabs of it. So now we're going to beat this until we get the consistency that we want. And it takes a little bit. Sometimes you have to add more milk to get it to kind of stick together. We'll see if we can. And it gets to where you're going to have to beat it at a higher speed so that your machine isn't suffering. So you beat it until you get it the consistency you want. Once you've beaten it to the consistency you want, you may have to add a little bit more milk, or if it's too runny, then you want to add some more powdered sugar. You don't want it to be too runny yet because we still have to add our vanilla, and the vanilla is a liquid and it will make it a little bit more runny. So you want to kind of keep it on the thicker side, at least for now, until you've got your vanilla in. Once you have your vanilla in, then if you want it to be runnier, add more milk to it and beat it in. So for 2 batches of this, we are going to add 4 teaspoons. So I have a 2 teaspoon measure here. And like I said, I just use regular vanilla extract. If you're wanting a very white frosting, you can use imitation clear vanilla extract. So we want 4 teaspoons of vanilla. I always put the lid back on these. And then we're going to beat that in. And you want to beat this pretty well because this is what actually gives it its flavor. There you go. Now you can spread this on, you can pipe this on to cupcakes or cakes, and this is one of my favorite recipes for buttercream. It is so good that you'll kind of want to eat the whole bowl, so be careful of that. So again, the recipe, if you're just going to do one batch, it would be 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, which is 1 stick, and you want to soften that up. And then 3.5 cups of powdered sugar, and I use C&H, pure cane sugar, confectionery powdered sugar. And then they say to use 1/4 cup of milk, but I would advise that you don't. Just kind of splash it in where you need it, depending on the consistency of the frosting that you want. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla for 1 batch. Here we've done 2 batch. And then beat it all together, and you have a wonderful buttercream that all of your friends, I guarantee you, will enjoy, if not more than the cake that it's on. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been useful. This is a fun and quick, it only takes about 10 minutes to do all together, recipe for homemade buttercream frosting. Thanks for your views and your subscriptions.